Welcome everyone to the session titled Build Intelligent Agents with Work IQ, Foundry IQ, and Fabric IQ. My name is Prashant G. Boyer. I currently work as AI architect in the office of CTO at AIS. And along with that, I'm also a Microsoft MVP in Microsoft Foundry or Azure AI and also in business applications. I am based in the Washington, D.C. area of United States. And these are my contact details. So what are we going to cover today? We are going to cover what exactly is Work IQ, what is Foundry IQ, what is Fabric IQ, and to build agents, we are going to use a product in Microsoft Stack called Copilot Studio. However, you can also use other products as well to build agents, which can use Work IQ, Foundry IQ, and Fabric IQ. And then finally, we'll have the demo. So before I dive into the Work IQ, Foundry IQ, and Fabric IQ, let's take a step back and cover some of the basics when it comes to building an agent. Because without these basics, a lot of people still struggle to find out what's the best place where services like IQ can fit into together. So most of us start, or our first interaction as an agent start with direct interaction with the large language model. For example, if you use a product like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, where you just give a prompt and the underlying model behind the scene will try to reason over the prompt and give you the response back. And we can also access that on various channels. For example, you can use Microsoft Copilot on web. You can also use Microsoft Copilot on your mobile device as well. If you would like to add your organizational knowledge, then you have to add some knowledge repository to it. And those knowledge repositories can be in the form of your documentation. It can be in the form of your databases. It can be form of your emails, team messages. And that will sort of give you, information or reason over on your own data. But if you want your agent to do something else, like not only give the information, but also respond to a specific event or perform any task on your behalf, you have to add the support for tools. And those tools can be custom connectors. It can be code generation, image generation. It can be calling some other APIs or workflows, and also integrating with other MCP servers as well. If you are building agents which are going to be autonomous, that means the agents, so someone doesn't have to invoke the agent. Those agents will start acting automatically based on an event. Then you have to add triggers for your agent. And along with that, the most important thing, you need an orchestrator. So think of an orchestrator as a brain behind your agent. And along with that, once you have all these things together, then you can create one agent, or you can also create multi-agent system. Along with that, you also need analytics, because you would like to know how your agents are doing, what's working, what's not. Evaluations are one of the key features that you should be looking for, whatever agent platform you're using to create agents. Along with that, you also need to think about governance, like how you're going to manage agents, how you're going to govern agents, also the lifecycle management. It's one thing to deploy agent once, but how you're going to take care of continuous improvement to that. So a lot of different things that comes into together. And when it comes to the different IQs that are there in Microsoft Stack, those IQs are actually part of the knowledge level over here. So for example, if your data is in Microsoft Teams, or if your data is in Outlook, or if your data is in Microsoft 365 ecosystem, or let's say in any of the enterprise apps, or it's in any of the databases, that's where the IQ layer from Microsoft comes into picture, so that you can reason over on your own data. So what exactly Work IQ brings onto the table? So Work IQ knows about your work, like for your email, your meetings, your files, your chat, your meeting recordings. Plus, it also has a memory, and it want to reason over that. So rule of thumb is whatever data you have that you have access to inside your Microsoft 365 ecosystem, you can use Work IQ on the top of it. The next level is Foundry IQ. What if your data is not in Microsoft 365 Stack? What if you are using data which is there in Azure Blob Storage, or in SQL, or in Cosmos DB, or in other line of business system which are not part of your N65 ecosystem? Then you can use something like a Foundry IQ, where we can have agentic retrieval, across every enterprise source. If most of your data is in structured format, then you can also use a Fabric IQ, where you can have ontologies, knowledge graph, and data agent. So what are some of the three pillars of Work IQ? So Work IQ will have your work data, which anything in your Microsoft 365 stack, and also everything is going to be security driven. That means you'll only able to use data in the Work IQ that you have access to. It will not accidentally leak, let's say, the emails information that is in the email from your coworker, as long as that email is not shared with you. It also has memory, and that memory is per user basis. It's persistent memory. That means it's gonna remember the previous conversation that you had. It also remember the previous interaction you have. It also has its own inference engine as well. When it comes to the Foundry IQ, it's much more than your traditional RAG, or retrieval augmented generation. It actually provides you agentic retrieval. So in classic RAG, what happens is you query, like let's say I'm building a RAG application or building an agent for HR department, and for that I'm using a RAG application, and my employee handbook is going to be in Azure Blob Storage. And I have indexed that into the Azure AI search, and now I'm just performing a query. So what it's going to do is, whatever my query is, let's say I'm looking for the policy for the PTOs in my organization, then it's going to do in traditional RAG or classic RAG, it's going to query, and it's going to give me the top K chunks that has that information, and it's going to add that into the prompt. That is like a traditional RAG work. So it's some of the limitation with traditional RAG is it's a one source, one shot, and what we get is a vector similarity, and also it's a little bit harder to implement the permissions, especially if you're going with the traditional RAG pattern using Azure AI Search. With agentic retrieval, what you can do is you can get answers which are federated across all knowledge bases. For example, what if my HR information is spread across, some information is there in the Azure Blob Storage, some information is there in my SQL tables, and some information is also there in, let's say, in another line of business system that I have already ingested inside my Azure AI Search. So with agentic retrieval, it's going to fetch in information from all the different sources, and permissions are also enforced on the source side as well. Now, all these things are good in the Foundry IQ when your data is has the combination of both structured and unstructured. But traditionally, what we have seen is this large language model out of the gate are really good in terms of providing you insights from the unstructured data. And what are the examples of unstructured data? Like, for example, your PDFs, your Word documents, your images. But if your data is in structured format, for example, your data is in tables, like SQL tables, or if your data is in CSV files, traditionally, this large language model out of the box struggle to give you good information. And that's where a product like Microsoft Fabric or Fabric IQ really shines, because it's going to give you the information that is there in Fabric, and it doesn't matter whether that information is in the structured format or in the unstructured format. Along with that, it also has something called ontologies, where you can use your organization own nomenclature so that your queries can understand, take into those account, and give you the relevant information. It also has inbuilt a knowledge graph, and you can also create data agents which can give you more insights. Like, for example, one of the key features of Fabric Data Agent is whatever the query you are providing in natural language, behind the scene, it's going to automatically convert that into the underlying SQL query and gives you the information back, again, in the form of natural language that we will be covering in the demos. So all these three IQs are very, very powerful. Along with that, we also have the fourth IQ, which is the web IQ, where what if my information is on the internet and for one of the agent, I would like to get some insight from the internet. For that, you can also use the web IQ as well. And when it comes to combining all these IQ together and creating the agents, there are multiple options available in Microsoft Stack. You can use a product like Copilot Studio, which is a software as a service product. We can also use Microsoft Fabric, which is again a software as a service product. We can also use Microsoft Foundry, which is traditionally more like a platform as a service product. And if you don't want to attach to any PaaS or SaaS offering, you can also go full open source and use something like Microsoft Agent Framework. And then you decide where you would like to host your agent and also what kind of large language models and knowledge repositories that you would like to use along with it. However, for this particular session, we are going to focus on Copilot Studio. So those of you who are not familiar with Copilot Studio is part of Microsoft Power Platform. So that is very, very important to understand. Since it's part of Microsoft Power Platform, whatever agent you're creating using Copilot Studio, its permission, its analytics, everything gets stored into underlying Microsoft Dataverse environment. When it comes to implementing application lifecycle management for Copilot Studio, you have to read up how exactly the application lifecycle management works in Power Platform. So it has a very simple user interface that you can use, where you can also use Copilot for Copilot Studio, or you can also use the wizard to write your custom business logic. You can also use YAML editor to write your business logic as well. There are a lot of triggers available in Copilot Studio that can help you in terms of building autonomous agent. There's a lot of plug and play option available when it comes to adding different knowledge sources. You can create sophisticated workflows with human in the loop kind of capability. And it can also orchestrate over multiple agents and tools. You can create connected agents or multi-agent system using Copilot Studio. And one of the good thing about a product like Copilot Studio is you build your agent once. And when it comes to giving access to your end users, you can surface that agent on various supported products or services that are there in Copilot Studio. It has inbuilt analytics that you can use. And it also has a rich story when it comes to integrating with other Microsoft Foundry or Azure AI services. For example, you can bring your knowledge repositories from Foundry IQ or Azure AI Search. You can also use app integration with App Insights. You can also use bring your own model from Microsoft Foundry in case you would like to execute some custom prompts in the classic experience of Copilot Studio. So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the demo section of this particular talk. And for the demo, what we have done is we have built an agent for sales executives. Now imagine, there is a sales executive in your company. It's Monday, and that executive would like to plan for the upcoming quarter. And the information about sales and relevant products that your company sells is scattered across multiple places. Now, without having integration of this 4 IQs, that sales executives may have to, whatever they are looking for, they may have to share with different teams so that all the teams can provide information. For example, the information about the sales is in the SQL table. The information about the product manuals is in Azure Blob Storage. The information about the latest renewal cycle or contract is in the emails. The information about some of the competitors is actually on the internet. So if that sales executive has to gather all that information and reason over that, then that sales executive needs to talk with different departments. How we can solve that problem using this IQ layer at Microsoft. So for that, what we have done is we have built an agent, and that agent is built using Copilot Studio. So let me quickly show you that. So I'm actually have opened up that agent in Copilot Studio, and as you can see, this is the name of the agent, sales briefing agent. And those of you who are seeing this UI for the first time, this is how the maker portal of Copilot Studio look like, where I have already created this agent. In the middle section, you will see the information about this agent, different configuration options. And on the right-hand side, you will see something called a test page. So I'm going to close this out so we can get more real estate. So this is the name. Here I can go and update the name and also change the icon and description of this agent. Once I scroll down, you will see that I can select the model that this agent will be using when it executing multiple steps. So I'm going with Claude Sonnet 4.6. But I can also use the model from OpenAI, and I can also enable the model from other vendors such as XAI models are there, and model from Mistral as well. Before you enable models apart from OpenAI, just read up the documentation on Microsoft side regarding the data residency and how exactly Microsoft operates this multiple different models that are there. Then if I scroll down, this is where I will be writing the instructions or the system prompt for my agent. And if you can see, this is like a very brief brief system prompt over here, where I'm giving the exact information, and I'm also telling like where the different assets are located, and what exactly the agent needs to do when someone is requesting a specific information. If I had to scroll down, this is where I can add other knowledge. If I click on add a knowledge, these are some of the featured knowledge sources I can add inside my agent. So I can add public websites. I can use SharePoint. The results from SharePoint are security trim. I can also use Azure AI Search, Dataverse, Dynamics 65, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Azure SQL. If I go to advanced, and if I select on not show unavailable, these many different data sources that are available inside Copilot Studio that I can easily plug and play within my agent. Some of those data sources are currently grayed out. The reason is I haven't configured those inside my underlying Dataverse environment or Power Platform environment. So here I have added one particular data source, which is the information about the sales. So the way this agent works is I have my information about sales, like the statistics, what are some of the sales that happened in the last 1 year inside my SQL tables. And each product that the sales information is there, I have information about those product brochure and underlying stuff inside my blob storage. Again, for the sake of demo, I'm just giving you the example of one product. So this particular file has information about this particular product, which is HL Road handlebars. And it has information about all the key features of the product and some of the limitations this product has. And what we have done is we have created a knowledge repository in the Foundry IQ using that. So this is the Azure AI Search I am showing you. And this is the index that I have created. Things taking more than time. Okay. And this is the data source. So like I have pointed this Azure AI Search index to this particular blob storage. And inside my Foundry portal, I have created a Foundry IQ knowledge base. So once this page loads, then we'll go back to the Foundry IQ. And the reason this is slow because I am using a streaming platform on my browser. So it's just making things a little bit slow, but you will not be seeing this kind of performance lag when you are using, let's say, Azure AI Search or any other service in the Azure AI portal or Foundry portal. Okay, I'm just going to wait 2 more seconds. Otherwise, I will go back to the Foundry portal. Okay, it's taking more than anticipated time. So I'm just going to go back to the Foundry portal. So this is the knowledge source or Foundry IQ I have created. And for the agentic retrieval, it's going to use the GPT-5 model and the reasoning efforts are minimal. And the output for this one is the extractive data and not the answer synthesis. And this is what we have added over here. This is one. If I scroll down, I have also enabled the web search so that it can use the capability of Web IQ, which comes with Microsoft Stack. And if you scroll down, then I have used something called a connected agent. Here I have connected a Fabric data agent. If I click on add an agent, so from this agent, I can call another child agent which built using Copilot Studio, or I can also connect to the other external agents. Like for example, if I go here, I can connect or call a Fabric data agent from here. I can also call a Foundry agent. I can also call N65 agent SDK, agent built using agent SDK. I can also call agent which are built using other non-Microsoft Stack, as long as those frameworks or products support A2A protocol. So let me show you what exactly we have done in the sales data agent. So I'm going to the Fabric portal now. So inside my Fabric workspace. So this is the agent I have created. And this agent is giving me information from the 4 SQL tables that I'm using. And again, the reason you're seeing some lag because I'm using a streaming service on my machine, and it's making things a little bit slow. All right. So this is opening up. Okay, we will come back to this later. So let me show you this agent real quick. So here we added that, and then next thing we have done is we have published this agent. And one of the good thing about Copilot Studio is you build your agent once, and then your end users can access this agent on other supported experiences. Like for example, here I can deploy this agent on a demo website. I can also deploy on Microsoft Teams, on SharePoint, on Teams Phone Agent, and some other supported channels as well. So what I've done is I have deployed this agent on Microsoft Teams. So as a sales executive, I can start interacting this agent inside Microsoft Teams. So I don't have to go anywhere else. I can just go either inside Microsoft Teams or in Microsoft 365 Copilot chat and start interacting with this particular agent. I'm just going to quickly check if the Fabric is back. Okay, the Fabric is back. So as you can see, you will see that this is how the agent is set up. So it is actually pointing to the 4 SQL tables that we have, and this SQL tables has information about all the sales information. Like for example, what are some of the products the company is selling, how many products we sold, those kind of stuff. And if you go to the setup, this is where you can see the agent instructions. So these are the agent instructions that we have provided. Every time someone is interacting with this agent, these instructions will get sent over along with the user prompt. And we can also add the integration of the tools as well. And this is where you will see the test pane. Like I can use this test pane to test out this agent. If I click on these settings, and once this Fabric Data Agent is published, I can access this. So this is the name of the agent. And now I can also go to the publishing and I can find out the endpoint for this particular agent. Another good thing about the Fabric Data Agent is once you publish that agent you can also consume or is available as an MCP server. So I can download this JSON file, and if you're using any other product which where you can use MCP, you can do that as well. So now I have shown you like the different pieces that are there behind the scene. Now let me quickly show you the things in action. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the interaction with my agent in Microsoft Teams. And as an always, I'm going to start with hello, just to make sure, everything is working fine and all the bells and whistles are in a good shape. And I'm set exactly in Microsoft Teams experience. And this is the name of the agent that we have built. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what are the top 10 most popular products of all time? And this information is there in my Fabric instance. And for that, it's going to use the Fabric Data Agent to give me the information back. And once the information is back, then I'm going to continue the conversation and ask something where the agent now has to get that information from the Foundry IQ. So we just ask the agents to give me the summary of what are the top 10 most popular products of all time for the company. And it came back with the list. And again, this list came back. The list or all the information is available inside my Fabric instance. And this information is shared to the agent built using Copilot Studio by the Fabric Data Agent. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, okay, this is great. I am happy with this. What I want to do next is I want to get some additional insights on my top performing product, which is HL Road 100 bars. So my next question is, give me some of the areas of improvements for this product, because as a sales executives, I want to make sure, this is the product is really doing good, but we are also constantly making the improvements in the product so that, the customers are keep going happy, and also I can sell more and more of this product. And this information is actually available inside my Azure Blob Storage in the form of this PDF. And this PDF has been indexed by the Azure AI Search. And this Azure AI Search index is been exposed by Foundry IQ over here. And that Foundry IQ we have added as a knowledge source inside the agent. So this information, when I ask, it should go and fetch that information from the Foundry IQ and give the information back to the user. So let me go ahead and send this. And once this information comes back, then I'm going to ask my last question for that. The agent has to go and give me the information from the Web IQ, where I'll be asking what are some of the competitors for this particular product that we have. All right. So these are some of the areas of improvement that came. And this is a big list. Okay. So, and this list is actually coming from the information that is there in the company documentation. All right. So this is good. I'm going to read that. Okay. This is good. Now, the next thing I want to do is to prepare for that meeting. I just want to get like quick research and let me know what are some of the competitors for HL road handlebars are. So it's going to go on the internet now and find out some of the competitors for this particular product. So here now I'm showing you like how within a single agent, I can get the information I need by integrating different IQ layers that Microsoft has. Like we saw the demo of the Fabric IQ, we saw the demo of the Foundry IQ. We can also use the Work IQ, and now I'm showing you the demo of the Web IQ as well. And let me see if I can show you something real quick. Okay, looks like the summary is back. So, all right, so these are some of the competitors that came back regarding like these are some of the competitors that are there for HL road handlebars. Okay, so that's great. Now let me quickly show you something real quick behind the scene, like how exactly Fabric do this handling. And again, for this, I'm actually inside the Fabric portal, and I'm going to ask the same question here. And once the information is back, I will show you how exactly the sausage making happen behind the scene when it comes to the Fabric's a data agent. So looks like it's going through that and it's giving me the top 10 products. And once that information is there, I will show you how exactly the Fabric data agent has came to that particular conclusion. All right. So it came back with the answer. So these are the top products were there. And what I want to do is I'm going to expand the steps completed and I'm going to expand this. So what exactly happened is, so whatever the query I have provided in the natural language behind the scene, the Fabric data agent converted that into the underlying SQL statements, as you can see. And once the output came back, it actually used the combination of my like agent instruction and the combination of the user prompt to finally give me the output that is getting displayed on the screen over here. So that was a quick demo how you can combine all these three different IQ layers within Microsoft Stack and create a really intelligent agent. If you are interested in following the step-by-step implementation of this demo, reach out to me. I haven't published that on the GitHub yet, but it's still in the preview stage. But if anyone is interested, this QR code will take you to my LinkedIn. You can also directly email me as well. And this is my GitHub link where a GitHub profile where I'll be posting to link for this particular lab. With that, hopefully you learn something new in this particular session. And if you have feedback, do reach out to me. And with that, thanks for watching and thanks for joining us and happy learning.